Inside the Lines episode. I don't even remember, but we're back. Your boy Jordan and Joe.
What's good?
Presented by Playbook Sports and our friends over at Betalytics. Joe, we got a show today.
Yes, we do. But let's get our read here. Powerful sports betting software brought to us by Betalytics, our original sponsor. Can't thank them enough. They are research assistant tools empowering bettors to make more accurate selections. AI machine learning algorithms quickly identify the hottest trends and biggest edges. Accurate game simulations, player prop projections, betting line evaluations, and best bet recommendations. Find market vulnerabilities, seek out probability winners with the best value, and never make an uninformed bet again. Win more bets, build better parlays, and outprice the books. Use code PLAYBOOK at checkout for 25% off your purchase and get your money up. Get your money up.
Now, I can vouch for Betalytics. If you guys watch this show, you know I've gone 4 for 4 at least 6 times. All thanks to Betalytics.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's get over to Better. Are you guys ready for this? Better is a new daily fantasy sports app. It's ran by Jake Paul. Yes, there's money involved in this. You will make money. You will get paid money. You will do all this stuff and you will get absurd amounts of money. You can now win up to 2,000 times your money. Yes, 2,000 times. With Prize Picks, it's only 1,000. With Better, it's 2,000. The cool thing about Better, they are offering things every week. I know now it's Discount Wonderland. You have 12 days of discounts leading up until Christmas. What better way to get into the Christmas spirit? You got stuff like, I think tonight, Justin Herbert free pick. All he needs to do is throw the ball once. Then you got CeeDee Lamb free pick. He has to catch the ball once. Lamar free pick. He's got to rush the ball once. Jordan Love's got to throw it once. This is all free stuff right here. You put this, pick one more thing, put $1 million on it, you're rich. You can retire tomorrow. But when you sign up, you have to use promo code right here. You see that? It says playbook right there, playbook everywhere. You do that, you get these picks, you get up to a $200 deposit match, and then the retirement plan begins. God, I love Better.
I wish it was available in PA.
Hit me, Joseph. Man. You fucking trash ass boy.
Oh man. So Isaiah Pacheco against this Browns defense. 13 carries, about 46 yards. Kareem Hunt, 13 carries, 40 yards. Just rough. Couldn't really get any more than 5 or 6 yards per attempt here. They were splitting work all over the place. Kareem got the majority of the first quarter carries, and then Isaiah Pacheco played his way into an even split. So just a bad read there. That was I didn't think Kareem Hunt was going to draw that a 50-50 split. I thought it was going to be more about 65-45 around there. Even though that's 110%. I was going 65-35.
Come on.
Come on, bull. Come on. So, yeah, unlucky there. Then probably going to stay away from the entire Chiefs team for the rest of time.
As you should.
The rest of time. This one, very close. Very close. Kenny Gainwell, first of all, smashed this. Barkley got hurt, banged up. I wouldn't say hurt. He got clipped by Minkah Fitzpatrick in the backfield, fell on his shoulder, and I think he got a stinger, and it was bothering him for about a quarter and a half. So he was not available for a majority of the game here. And finished the game with 2 catches for 9 yards. An incredible play by Jalen in the backfield. The 2-hand shovel pass. It was like a chest pass in basketball. Made somebody miss at the line of scrimmage and was able to get 9 yards. We were 3 yards short, but Kenny Gainwell had 2 catches for 40 yards. So I like to think if Minkah isn't a dirty, rotten player, just smash us.
Fuck
and
Minkah.
Then can't blame Saquon for that, though. He was severely limited with his touches. That hurt his rushing total. So, but didn't get nearly the amount of opportunities that he probably would have if he was available for all snaps, and if Kenny Gainwell wasn't balling. So I imagine he could have came back sooner if Kenny wasn't balling. But Josh Jacobs, rushing yards, guy's a beast. Just don't bet on him to get
fucking animal. I am so happy. He's literally never leaving my fantasy team unless somebody
pays him. He is a machine when it gets to this late slate in the season. December, January football. A little worried about the Packers, not gonna lie. Everyone's Lions, Vikings, and what about that guy over there in the corner? They got a good team.
Division in football.
Yeah, easily this year. Yep. And Josh Jacobs, overwhelming. Good pick here. Hopefully you read these last two. And then Jamar Chase, dude's playing himself into a jersey on the wall type of stuff. Just can't go wrong. 86.5 yards. I was like, I'll take it. Slower game. Not one of his career days. Still smashed it by about 15 yards. So another good look for those guys. 2 for 4 on the week here. Unfortunately, we ran into a hot opponent.
So you're 4 out of 12 right now, heading into the final week.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what we're gonna do.
Oh, that's close.
Because I went 4 for 4. Jonnu Smith over 44.5 receiving yards. Do the Miami Dolphins suck? You bet. Okay, hold on. I gotta stop that.
Yeah, don't
do
pass
the
out
Miami
on
Dolphins
me.
Suck? You bet your sweet titties they do. God fucking damn it, I hate that team. But I love Jonnu Smith. The guy is an animal. He is a reception. He is a receiving yard. He is a touchdown machine as of late.
He got this too, right?
It was close up until Tua threw his ninth pick.
Yeah.
Wasn't even cold, so I don't know what his deal was.
It's December. It's just cold other places, so he stinks.
I took this line. I took Jonnu over 50 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
No catches through regulation. We get to overtime. He's got 4 for 44 and a touchdown. They drop it to 44. I go, what's the definition of insanity? Somebody that keeps doing the same thing over and over again. So that's me. I'm insane, but this time it worked out for me. Lamar Jackson, over 1.5 pass touchdowns. He just barely got this.
5.
And by barely, I mean he had 5.
Smashed.
He had this in the first 3 drives of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe the odds were as low as they were.
Yeah, that's insane.
This next one was the only one I was sweating, and I wasn't even sweating
you
it that
weren't
much. I told you.
In the first quarter.
I told you. As soon as they were that close, they didn't even consider it touch push. They didn't even bring in Gainwell. They didn't bring in Saquon. I'm like, okay, check this one off. I literally checked this off before he even scored. As soon as I saw the setup, I was like, okay, we're good.
That was a first touchdown too. So
yeah, dude was an animal. There's players, superstar players with really good quarterbacks. Same thing with basketball. If a superstar plays really bad, they are vocal about it in the media. Do whatever you take over every single statistical category they have the next game because you're going to be a rich man. Jackson Smith-Njigba, over 65.5 receiving yards. He had 60 at halftime.
He's killing me. He's ruining my DK trade. He's growing. He might as well play for the Cowboys. I'll just put it that way.
Jackson Smith-Njigba is silently the 5th overall fantasy receiver right now.
Yeah,
I had this discussion with 8 guys in a sauna the other day. Wow, that sounded really bad.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that marinate for a couple seconds.
Yeah, wait, that sounded really bad.
Anyway,
but we're all checking our fantasy teams, and my friend was like, "Should I start Jackson Smith-Njigba?" He's like, "I can't start him over Drake London." I was like, please go look at his ranking."
Yeah, I mean,
do it.
That should be
60 at halftime. You're telling me you have 2 full quarters to get 6 yards. This was a fucking lock.
Yeah, that's gonna start creeping higher and higher, which means DK's
it's only like 68 this week,
dropping in lower and lower.
So 4 out of 4. I'm now at 7 out of 12.
That was a big week for you.
You know what this means, Joe? Heading into the final week again, you have the opportunity.
I got it up. That's all you can ask for.
Something insane. If I go 0 for 4 and you go 4 for 4, you win.
Mm-hmm.
If you go 4 for 4 and I go 1 for 4, tie.
I don't think you've gone. I haven't gone over. I've put up a lot of 1s and 2s, but
I went 0 for once.
You went. So you're the only goose egg. Okay.
So let's get into your. What are we doing over there?
Chuba.
Read that. I gotta beat my cat.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So we're going with Chuba. Truba Hubbard first bet here, mainly because he's the only dude in the backfield who can really run the ball. I mean, I'm sure they're bringing somebody up from the practice squad here, but he's going to get an overwhelming amount of touches. They're playing the Cardinals at home.
Shit defense.
Yep. Bad defense. I don't really think they trust Bryce Young to connect with any receivers outside of Adam Thielen and what's the one guy? I forget his name. Croker something.
Croker Leggett.
Yeah, Leggett stinks. He dropped a touchdown. He could have beat the Eagles. It's hilarious, but
He's got
funny
a cool
dude.
voice though.
Yeah, funny dude. But anyway, Chuba Hubbard's the only running back in that backfield right now. Brooks went down again. He's hurt right as he was about to start splitting into that workload. So I think this is a lot of volume for Chuba, and I think he'll eventually just surpass this, even with 2.5 yards of carry. So good start here, and then Matthew Stafford, 2 passing touchdowns against the Jets. The Jets, not very good. Puka and Cooper Kupp, they're going to be able to hide from Sauce.
The Jets are, I think they're like top 4 in defense against receivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's because they haven't seen that my boy Puka.
That is true.
He's not going to get suspended. That is so underrated. The one time I picked Puka, he gets suspended.
Anyway, I think that was like your first 1 for 4.
And then Cooper Kupp coming off a goose egg last week, 0 for 3 as far as targets, 0 receptions on 3 targets, 0 yards. That is not going to happen.
I should have taken him. He's going to go.
That is not going to happen again. He's sitting at 59 yards, so I like Stafford to get at least 2 touchdowns, especially one going to Kupp here.
Kupp might have 59 in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to run the ball with big Quentin Williams in the middle, so they're going to maybe have to draw some motion in the red zone or to punch this in against a stout Jets defense overall.
My boy went back to Saquon Barkley.
Back to Saquon. He's only hurt me once, and he didn't. He almost pulled it off for me. He almost did. He caught the ball 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage and managed to get 8 yards. So shoulda, coulda, woulda. But 17.5 for the longest rush. Now this is for anyone who's never taken this bet. This is basically he could have 18 rushing yards if he has 1 carry for 18 rushing yards. It's just the longest amount of yards he can eclipse on one run. He leads the league in 20-yard rushes, or it was at least top 3 the last time I checked here. Commanders, no good at rushing defense here. We took it to him the first game. It is in Washington this time. And I think Saquon's going to get a little bit crazy. He's chasing this record. And with a slow week last week, I like this to hit in the first half here. And going to call it a guarantee here. I'm willing to stick the neck out here. Saquon's going to get me a 20-yard rush at least.
I like it. This one I fucking hate. You're a dick.
This one's right at you. Unfortunately, the Dolphins season's over. They're an unserious organization.
No.
They are an unserious organization.
Well, yeah.
Playing against a scrappy team who is very desperate, somehow still alive in their division. And they get to play down a little December football in Miami. Get to play a little December football in Miami here. I like Brock Purdy in this environment here. Juwan Jennings has really come on and filled the shoes of Brandon Ayuk and even Deebo Samuel, but mainly Brandon because he's not there. And George Kittle's been a stud. And their Isaac G running back, that's my guy. I just I like the Niners to cover the points, and they're probably going to win, to be honest.
Rendo's not playing.
Undetermined?
No, none of them are playing.
None of them are playing. Mm-hmm.
They have to literally go and host tryouts at like a local Jollibee to find a running back.
Yeah, it'll work. That scheme's running back proof. So those are my 4 for this week here. I'm really liking this Saquon one though. He's gonna redeem himself from last week. It might be the first carry. How crazy would that
be? I mean, I wouldn't even.
Awesome. All right,
let's get on to mine. The only issue I had with mine today, for some reason, my sports book wasn't loading. I wasn't getting player props. Mm-hmm. So, like I mentioned before, I took mine with our friends over at Better. Now, they might be a little different than you'll see in sports books, but I'm still pretty confident in them. This one's my favorite. Trey McBride, anytime score.
We'll get, okay. Well, I'm hating number 2. But we'll get there. Sorry.
Trey McBride, anytime score. The guy is, as of statistically right now, the best tight end in football. The most receptions, the most receiving yards, the most usage, with 0 touchdowns. It is coming. If you watch last game, they were trying so fucking hard every single time they got into the red zone to get him the ball. And they just couldn't do it. Every time they'd be 3rd and whatever, and then they would just let James Conner walk it in. Kyler Murray and the coach and the offensive coordinator all said, we're going to get him a touchdown. And you know what? He's got 3 weeks to do it, and I'm feeling it this week. This next one,
Good
Terry
defense.
McLaurin, under 65.5 receiving yards. Yes, Terry McLaurin is absolutely balling. He finally has a quarterback. We can see that he is the elite of elite receivers. But that young boy up there in Philly, he ain't no joke.
Quignon.
Quignon ain't no joke. He
See,
ain't
but
no joke.
the thing about Terry is you know that one player in your division who just is a thorn in your side on the Patriots. It's been Josh Allen for you forever. It was Tom Brady forever. This motherfucker is right next to Jeremy Shockey. It goes Jeremy Shockey, Terry McLaurin, Des Bryant as my 3 biggest enemies. Now seeing
Terry
Quignon
McLaurin's worst game of the season
was
came
against
against the Eagles,
yeah.
where he had, I'm pulling it up. I'm sorry.
I think he only had 2 catches there because that was
He had
Quignon's first
one
big start.
catch for 10 yards. They know that if you take Terry McLaurin out of this football game and you force someone like Noah Brown, whoever the other dipshit is, Zach Ertz, if you force those guys to beat you and you lose the game, then you didn't deserve to win the game at all. But if you let Terry McLaurin beat you, you're not going to sleep at night.
It's happened a bunch.
They're going to take him out of the game. That's why I'm not going to play him in fantasy. They're
Okay.
taking him out of the game. You downgrade him when they play the Eagles. It's division game. They're waking up for us. I have choice. Ready? Go Birds!
God. You're just insulting on so many levels right now.
I don't give a shit. Malik Neighbors over 67.5 receiving yards. When they're playing the Falcons,
Ooh, okay.
upgrade every single receiver that plays against AJ Terrell. The guy cannot lock down anybody, especially somebody as talented as Malik Neighbors. Listen, Malik Neighbors is having a fantastic rookie season, and he's had to deal with Daniel Dipshit. He's had to deal with Drew Cock, and he's had to deal with
Tim Boyle.
Tony Cutlets over here.
And Tim Boyle looked like the best quarterback on that team, though.
Okay, those are your 4 quarterbacks, and you're still doing this? 67 should be nothing. Listen, the only thing about Malik Neighbors is he's not getting in the end zone as much, but he's getting targeted like a fucking president you're trying to assassinate. They only look at him, dude. The guy has 11 targets every single game.
Yeah, I wonder what his target share is. It's got to be like 35%.
I think it might be more. I listened to a podcast and this was a while ago, though. This was maybe like 6 or 7 weeks ago, and they said his target share was like 42%. They said it was like historic. And now, the Dolphins. The Miami dipshit Dolphins. I hate all of you. I'm not going to go on my rant again because Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel, Tua Tagovailoa, you all know how much I hate you. But I do love me some Devon Achane. The guy only catches the ball for some reason. He can't rush it for shit this year, but he is catching. I think he had this line, 5.5 receptions. He had 5 receptions in the first quarter last week. The 49ers defense is still pretty good. They're going to get to Tua. If somebody's into his face, you know what he does immediately? He doesn't even consider anything. Where's Devon? Side. Devon may get this by halftime.
35% target share.
What'd I say?
Dude. And he's targeted on 30% of the routes he runs, which that's the target rate. And he's second in total targets, I think, behind CD.
Ooh, just wait until he gets Cam Ward next year. Oh my God, I'm winning.
No Shedeur?
Nah, he's going to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Who has the first pick?
7 receptions last week.
7 receptions. He won me. He did pretty good for me last week.
Yeah. Fred Warner's going to be all over that motherfucker.
We have breaking news.
Oh, shit. Really?
Cortland Sutton on Better is discounted from 62.5 to 31.5 receiving yards.
Right now, that's tonight, right?
32. He's had 32 or more receiving yards in 7 straight games. Listen, you take that. You take your free Justin Herbert pick. Boom, you just won money. Just
Keep
saying.
pushing.
Just saying.
You know,
All right. So, Joe,
shit.
those are our picks.
I'm gonna say I feel really good about yours. I think
You're gonna feel-
there's an opportunity here.
You need me to go 0 for 4.
No, to win, yeah. There's a chance to tie, and then we got to do an emergency.
No, we go for wins here.
Yeah, there's
You
a
texted
chance
me
to
this
tie.
morning. You're not playing to win. You're playing for overtime, and it was the bitchiest
Fine.
thing I've ever heard you say
I'm
in my
playing for
entire
a coin
life.
toss. I'm playing for a coin toss. I got to
Fuck
level the
you and
playing
your
field.
coin toss. Play for the win or
down.
take the L.
I'm down. And then emergency episode where we have the tie break over a hockey game or the college football playoffs that are happening this week. So
What time's FGCU play?
2034. They got to get one soon, dude.
You know, now that you mention hockey, the Florida Panthers, who looked like they were garbage, they just beat the Edmonton Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. They absolutely fucking.
Bro, the Oilers need a goalie, dude. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. The
Not my
Bouchard
fault.
played him all the way to goal line extended, and he banked it off the goalie's face mask, and then the goalie's
Because
pretending he's
Sam
hurt.
Reinhart is a fucking liability. You can't guard him.
I can't wait to do hockey episodes. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so sick.
I'm sick of Connor McDavid. I'm sick of Nathan McKinnon.
It's
The
actually
Panthers
wild.
have the 2 best players in the league.
The Panthers are like the NHL Eagles,
Elite.
elite, but
Watch what
They're
you
new.
say.
they're new at the table. That's all. They're new. They're new to this winning thing. Used to be the Miami Panthers. You weren't even around for that.
It was never the Miami Panthers, you dingbat.
Oh yeah, that was the Marlins. Sorry.
Yeah,
Now you're
fuck them too.
Yeah, where they were the Florida Marlins, now they're Miami Marlins.
Go Phillies.
Yeah, there you go. Now he's getting it.
All right,
Oh,
Joe.
dear.
Peace.
Later.